journey as we continue to do what we do right here in Belize. It's your boy Berne, the #1 selling artist in the history of Belize, and this is how we roll. Let's go.
And it's time for us to have our second conversation with Mr. Berne Velasquez, entrepreneur, artist, actor, everything that has somebody that has gotten like great accomplishments, embracing challenge. And today we're going to find out about the key thing that has driven him, discipline. So, Mr. Berne Velasquez, it's a pleasure to have you on our couch. Seeing all the good work that you've been doing. So it's an honor to meet you. How are you feeling today, sir?
Man, I'm excited. I'm feeling strange because I don't know why you guys would invite me on the show. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really give me no accolades and invite me on show when I'm not trying to sell something. So I'm excited and I'm ready to take the journey with you guys.
What I gotta say that happens on Sunup on 7 is stories from people that are captivating, that are inspirational, that are motivational, and you surely are gonna give us some of that today.
Yeah.
So,
man,
that's gonna happen.
I'm glad you guys could see me in that light. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. And like Kevin said, I think what really is great, we have so much younger viewers that watch the show and they see different lives and they want that. So I would love for you to tell us about your journey, being an entrepreneur, being an actor, being everything that you are. Can you tell us a little bit about, how you got started into everything?
Very interesting. Glad you asked that question. Me, how I got started, it's all about just embracing the challenges. And that's accepting the first challenge of when you're sitting in a class and they say, where you guys want to be? And I said, I would want to be a singer or actor. And everybody bust out and laugh. And the biggest laugh you ever hear, like I still can hear it echoing in my head right now.
Wow.
Everybody busting out laughing so hard. And then, later on during the day, people ask you, hey, tell him where you want to be when you grow up. A singer or actor. The joke continues, you know what I'm saying? So I accepted that challenge at a young age. At a young age, I remember right at Dan Grigger, because, Garifuna Nogi, I'm a Garifuna out of Dan Grigger. And that was my first big challenge. And I said to myself, you know what? I got to be able to do that because I heard that laugh and I want to make sure I could quiet that laugh. And so it's a challenge for me quieting that laugh in my head. And so when I went to America illegally through the back, you know what I'm saying? I had to make sure I crossed that border because I know that crossing that border would give me a chance. And when I was in America, I got many opportunities to be on set. And I got some opportunities to do bigger things that required certain things that I was not comfortable with. So because I was not comfortable with that, I was kind of like moved to the side and certain opportunities was taken away. But that would not stop me because I always said to myself, you know what? I have to find a way to do it without giving up my morals and my principles. Yeah. So I am far from being in the industry, but I am successful in the industry. If you could understand that. Yeah. Because the people makes the final decision. The people will decide. And when I go through the streets selling my music and my movies, it is with a drive and a passion where it's hard to tell me no. And the people see through everything else to where they even see past the music or the movie and they say, Berne, you know what? I'm not really into that, but I want to support you. I like what you do. And so they would purchase my music. So after selling more than 215,000 units in Belize, it gave me the financial power to run through all of South America, from Argentina all the way to the U.S. border.
Literally run?
I felt like I was running. You know what I'm saying? I felt like
because I know people that will run. So and I mean, you look like you could make it.
Thank you. When I say run through, meaning going through the streets, selling my music, my movies, and I figured, hey, you sold 215,000 units in Belize. You're the #1 selling artist in the history of the country. Yeah. Why do I say that? Because I reached out to people, like, before I even started, I talked to people like Andy Palacio. And he was giving me good advice. And he would tell me like before pressing up my first 10,000 units in Belize, I was using all of my money. And he was like, man, if I were you, I don't really take all of my money and go buy 10,000 CD because we know that our place yet where Belizean really support Belizean artists like that.
Okay.
You know, so I thought that was good advice, but I also thought, look, what I'm getting ready to do, nobody has ever done. I'm going to go door to door from Corozal Border to Punta Gorda, door to door with my CD. And I will persevere. And no matter how much people tell me no, I know I give up and I'm going hard. And when I face challenges, I'm going harder. And when I get knocked down, I'm going to get up and jump up stronger. And I'm going to keep trying. So many times I will go to people's house, knock on the door. Please get you guys to check out my music. I'm think, oh no, we don't listen to that kind of music there. But you don't get a chance to hear it yet. Please give me a chance, make it just hear me.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, we don't really got no money for that right now. Okay, thanks. Maybe I'll come back one next day. Yeah, I'll come back one next time. I would come back the next day and knock again. Bern, you just made it yesterday. Well, I never know if you change your mind or if something changed or anything. No, we don't change your mind, you know. And I would come back the next day again. And then I said, mothers look like this young man there, so no, I give up. You know, sometimes before I walk to the dealership, they might be talking to somebody outside, you don't know it, and they say, oh my God, here he come again. You know, I pull up anyway, knock, you know, please, I want to know how you guys doing today. And then I say, you know what? How much is the CD? $10. Make I get one. Hoping I'll come back tomorrow, Jesus Christ. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they got it. And with them getting it, that's all I needed was the support. And with that support, like I said, it gave me the inspiration, the motivation to continue, to persevere, to be able to uplift, encourage others. I know there's a lot of youths out there that feel like, look, we can't make it. We can make it. You know what I'm saying? We can make it.
Yeah.
It is not going to be, it's not going to be easy, but living in a life that's poverty stricken and hard is hard anyway.
That's true.
So why not take the hard where you're doing what it takes to achieve what it is you're trying to accomplish, persevering your dreams and going after your goals. The journey, the challenge of these things is what the real success is.
Definitely, Bern. I love the fact that you talk about not giving up on when the first door closes, on your face. And I think often people can get intimidated when that happens and makes you, question: Am I really doing the right thing for me? Am I really doing it right? So the fact that you've persevered and you showed up to people's house 3 times in a row, it really can speak a lot about what do you want to achieve. And I think people need to be able to see that. Right? Because they're able to see, okay, he is determined, and it actually works as a ripple effect on other people.
Yes.
Reflecting on your career as an actor, as a singer, as a performer, as an athlete, what are your takeaways from those journeys that you're saying, I am reflecting these things today?
I am reflecting these things. Repeat that question.
What are your takeaways from all your career journeys that you're saying, I have grabbed all of these things and this is who Bern is today on Sunup on 7?
Okay. As far as my career, the music and the acting, it is not a reflection of who I am.
Okay.
I am who you are seeing today. I'm a well-spoken, hardworking, disciplined individual. And on stage, I'm a performer. On the screens, right now I'm filming with Disney in Mexico City. I'm an actor.
Okay.
And when I get on set, sometimes I will have a bunch of police officers with me, security. And I have to know that, hey, don't forget this, I know you're real life,
Okay.
When you go fire, you will get on a bus. You are use public transportation. I got no lot of security guard. So know yourself. You know what I mean? And I have to be able to realize that. And then now I could enjoy this moment. Boy, it's nice. I just want all the security around me. And I could easily feel important or special. And I will enjoy this special moment.
Okay.
But in no shape or form do I believe that, out of the Bern, we need a bunch of security around me and that. Because no. I'm going to go sell my CD if I have to do it to do it. I'm going to stand up on the corner of Albert Street and I will push with a big screen TV to play my next upcoming project if I have to. You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, I can now use some of the benefits that I have gained along the journey to reinvest in other ways than standing on the corner. Because standing on the street corner, you're subject to all type of punishment. You're subject to people on drugs messing with you. You're subject to facing jealousy, envy, right in the face to face.
And criticism, right?
Criticism, face to face. And it's okay. But me being a person who's working on a better me, because I grew up in the streets, homeless. At 16, I was kicked out of the house because I don't want to listen to nobody. I don't want to wash no plate after I eat. I don't want to sweep. I don't want to clean. I don't want to do nothing when nobody to tell me because I was rebellious. And I always grew up with brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? So if I can't listen, then you'll have to hit the road.
Okay. Bert, I want to interrupt you here because I'm getting caught up in when you were in this haze where you were saying, you know, like with your security guards in this moment where you feel like you are the thing, right? And a lot of people I feel can get lost in this moment where they feel like you are at a glorious point in your life where you lose your humility, you know, you lose your sense of self. So how are you able to balance, you know, being in this moment, enjoying it and making the best of it and going back and being the Berne that everybody knows?
Meditation,
Okay.
praying, you know, training myself mentally and spiritually, allowing my physical to follow. And then when these opportunities present themselves, I can find the balance and I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? $1 million don't make me. I make money, money don't make me. And I know who Berne is.
Okay.
You know, I won't compromise me for no amount of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know I make it in the industry. You know, I see Berne like a big star because those roles comes with certain compromise that I'm not willing to compromise.
I hear you.
No,
what I'm saying?
definitely. And when you think about the big star, being an actor, you know, doing so much different roles, who would you say is your favorite actor? Like you could feed off and say, man, that was one of the persons I wanted to kind of get careers like that, get jobs like that, get roles like that. Is there a favorite actor for you?
I would say Denzel Washington. You know,
Oh, wow.
I like Denzel Washington because I have not seen him do. I think he's a great role model. I think that he has been able to achieve as high as you can achieve in the industry, and I have not seen him do anything that I feel compromises him as a man. And so I'm very happy for him. I'm glad to see that he has done that. And he's the only one I can point to. Everyone else, you'll see them doing things or saying things or representing something that they truly don't represent and they truly don't want. But they do it to save their career.
Yeah, I appreciate that too as well. It gives also perspective in how you when you're talking about you're not gonna make it that big because you don't want to compromise yourself. Then you look also at that Denzel Washington and you're like, this is somebody I saw that although he made it big, it doesn't seem like he compromised himself in the roles because he was very, very particular about what kind of roles he would get.
Yes.
And the impact that those roles would play on other Black people out there, you know? So I think that was really important too as well for you to talk about. And, you know, we've talked about your career, talk about the reflection, talk about the door-to-door, back to back to back. Talk a little bit to people out there about discipline because I think, you know, we've touched base on it, but I really want you to echo it to people that see you, you know, getting all these roles, you know, having the security, doing all these great things. And they're like, you know, well, he meet the right people or stuff like that. You know, he work hard, like, you know, that kind of thing. So, so people don't understand the journey. They don't understand the discipline. So I really want you to point out how the discipline really translate into the accomplishments and the success.
Okay. Being disciplined is very, very important. You have to be able to go after what you want and know that when you're going after what you want, you're going to face so many challenges that's where discipline and how disciplined you are is going to come into play. It's like, with being anything successful, with being successful, not being in the mediocre
Yeah.
or being average. When you're trying to be great, it's going to require that you do things that most people would never do. And that's where discipline comes in. Are you disciplined enough to get up and pray in the morning? Are you disciplined enough to eat properly? Are you disciplined enough to do cardiorespiratory activities to keep yourself cardiorespiratory capable of something that might go down today? If this building gets ready to break down or an earthquake hit right here, I got to be able to get out of here and probably save 1 or 2 people with me. It's going to require a certain type of discipline for me to prepare myself for that moment.
Okay.
By the way, speaking of that moment, one time an earthquake hit. I was in Mexico City, and I was like 3 floors under the ground in a train station, Bellas Artes to be exact. And when this earthquake hit, it was 8 point something. You know what I'm saying? All these things, by the way, I have been documented, so you can see all this on my YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep track of everything.
Okay.
So Berne TV, Berne TV, that's the channel you guys could subscribe to. Hit that notification bell and choose all so you can be notified every time I upload a video. And you could check out these things that I'm talking about.
Okay.
So now, on this train, when this earthquake hit, everybody freaked out, was panicking. I had to think, jump over the rail, get up top. I see the man over there that's begging for money in the wheelchair.
You were in a live action movie.
Yes, run back down, grab him, and run up the stairs with a man in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? People screaming, crying, everything. It was crazy. But that's where I had a first-hand chance of using my preparation with discipline to escape that situation and get up on top of the ground.
You gotta think fast and just like really be in that moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bern, so again, I want to resonate the thanks from Renata in this enjoyable conversation because it is enjoyable. I'm getting so much things from you here. But like you teased us about something you're doing with Disney. Are you able to share with us what are you working on? What's on the horizon for you? Is that something we should be looking out for?
Yes, well, I was chosen, small role, but big deal. You know, every little thing is a big deal to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they chose me for, I'm a fighter in a project called Repatriado.
Okay.
You know, Repatriado tells an interesting story of this guy who got deported. Actually, he was a fighter in Mexico, in the States, and he got deported. And he had to fight his way back from the bottom. Now that sounds interesting. I'm not that guy they're talking about. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that guy that got deported. I'm not that guy that had to fight his way from the bottom in the streets of Mexico to try to get back on the main platform. But I have a role in the project as a fighter who he fought. And
nice.
yeah, and I'm Mosquito in the project. My name is Mosquito. You know.
Hey, you know, like it's really like opportune the word because I mean I reflect on the word from the Dalai Lama and saying, you know, like a mosquito is very small, but it can really can create havoc, can shaken up things. So I love what you're saying. It's a small role, but a great deal. It's a big deal for you, and it's a big deal for us. And
let me tell you why they named me Mosquito. Mosquito is the guy. So this fighter, Richie, he's been beating up everybody, and they got this guy who's fighting, and his name is Mosquito, and he's thinking it's going to be an easy fight. And out comes this real big, muscle, chiseled, ripped black guy, you know, me. You know what I'm saying? And so he sees me, and he's like, I thought you said it was going to be easy. Like, who is this guy, you know?
So very opportune name, Mosquito.
And Mosquito likes to draw blood. So.
I see. It's all connecting properly to me.
I see.
Right, so
we gotta stay tuned to Berne TV to know what's your next adventure, what's gonna be your next feature.
Definitely.
So we thank you for this conversation, Berne.
It was really you guys for having me. It was wonderful. I was ready for some crazy questions.
No, it's about inspiration and motivation.
Inspiration and motivation. You guys are the good guys, right?
Yes.
We try our best to be. We try our best to be. But definitely thank you so much for being here. And for people out there, please subscribe to Berne TV. Get the notifications. Know exactly what's next for him. He documents every single thing. So if you want to know what's coming up, how you can stay tuned, go straight to Berne TV. Subscribe right now. We're here for it all. Again, thank you for this conversation. All the
Thank
best,
you.
Mosquito.
Thanks.
Keep it going.
Mosquito!
And with that, guys, we go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back.